What's up, fam? It's your boy Malik. Welcome to Lee's Legacy. The topic today, as you can read from the title, is how growth can feel like loss. And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? When you're growing, when you're going through a bunch of different things, you don't realize that you're basically leaving your old self behind. You're not carrying those habits. You're not carrying your comfort zone to the next level. Instead, you're replacing it with a better habit. You're replacing it with a different comfort zone. If anything, and not a comfort zone at all. You're always on go. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to come on here and talk about this topic because it's something that I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of my life has changed. I'm not doing the same things I used to do, nowhere near it. I'm not thinking the same as I used to. And I feel like there's a lot of people out here who could feel the same way, especially if y'all going through a change or you're trying to grow for yourself. So I want to start this off by saying your comfort zone, right? I could speak on my life. It's a Leaks legacy. So I want y'all to kind of understand where I'm coming from, but also maybe you can relate to it. But comfort zone, you know, I would say a year ago I was in college and I basically fell asleep whenever I wanted. I had afternoon classes, so I had to wake up early, fell asleep whenever I wanted, hung out with my boys whenever I wanted, smoked whenever I wanted, you know what I'm saying? And those things were a part of my comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? Those things made me feel good. I didn't go to the gym as much, you know what I'm saying? I played the sport, yes, but I didn't work out as much as I could have. And so to compare that to now, you know what I'm saying? Now I got a full-time job. I got to wake up at 5 a.m., 5:30 every morning, you know what I mean? In order to get there on time, it's 45 minutes away. I can't lay in my bed and relax and just scroll on my phone in the morning. Now I got to get to work. Freaking when it comes to hanging out with people, I can't go to my boy's house and just chill there for the day. I got work, or I got a YouTube video to make, or I got to go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? My comfort zone is changing. My comfort zone is no longer there. I can't be in comfort when I'm looking for a change. I can't be in comfort when I'm looking for growth. It goes for y'all too. You can't be in comfort when you're looking for a change. You can't be in comfort when you're looking for growth. You have to constantly be fighting yourself. Not fighting yourself in a bad way, but like fighting yourself out of that old mindset. And so I say that to say, when your growth is lost, because there's also a limbo period. And I spoke about this in one of my last videos, but there's a period in between, right, of your past self and your future self. That in-between period is the limbo period, where your mind is still kind of caught up in your old comfort zone, the old things that you did, the way of life you were living, while your heart and your mind also is stuck on, all right, what am I gonna do? The future. Where am I going to? Where is this leading me? Who am I gonna be? You know what I'm saying? So you go from your old self to your new self, and in the middle you have that limbo period where you're trying to detach and shake off all that weight and also all those old habits and all that comfort zone that you had from the prior life and flip it to a new life. And so how does a new life look for you? That's a question I want to ask y'all, because that's a question I've been asking myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking a lot, I've been going through it a little bit, and I'm like, yo, what does my future self look like? Okay, ask yourself that. What does your future self look like? And then ask yourself, what did my past self look like? And try to make a pros and cons list of different things that you can basically pick out for both lives and figure out which one looks better. Do you want to keep living that past life, or do you want to transform and go to the future life? Although it feels like loss, bring that back. It feels like loss because if you choose to go with your future life, you'll realize a lot of things in that old life you can't bring with you. Certain friends you can't bring with you. Certain habits you can't bring with you. So let's talk about the habits, right? You got to replace your bad habits with good habits. And it sounds easy to do, but it's actually kind of hard. Take it from me. I've been trying. So old habits, right? I can speak on my life. Some of my old habits was sleeping in, like I said earlier. Now, that's a habit that has to change. I got to change my habits. Okay, I'm going to wake up early now. I'm going to wake up early and hopefully I can get some breakfast before I got to go to work, make my coffee before I got to go to work, instead of sleeping in bed like my old self would. Okay, habit. Let me make sure my old self, he didn't go to the gym. He didn't really grind for a good body. My new self, I got to make sure that's a priority. I'm not trying to be the buffest dude in the world, but I'm trying to make sure that I can actually feel fit, look fit, and do fit things. So that's a habit that has to change. Another habit, I used to indulge in substances. Not crazy substances, but substances. And for all my people that know me and have watched my videos before, you know I used to smoke marijuana. So, old me loves that. wants to do that all the time, loves to be high. New me is like, yo, I can't do this. My job drug test. And on top of that, outside of the drug testing part in the job, I feel like it slows me down. I feel like I'm not as ambitious when I smoke. So I got to change that habit. That is another habit in the whole thing that has to be changed. Just like those last two had to be changed, that's another habit that has to be changed. And now the final habit, one that really been sparking my mind lately, is self-talk. Before, I would tell myself, hey man, you're good. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Hey man, we could just do it later. Hey man, I don't really like this place. Let's change. While now, my new self, and I'm not even at the new self yet. I'm in a limbo period. I'll get to that. My new self is like, yo, we got to be on this grind. Yo, I love myself. I feel like I'm doing something great. Yo, everything happens for a reason. There's a purpose to this. It's better positive thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And that, I wouldn't say it's a habit fully, but it's a habit, how you talk to yourself. It's important. So, the limbo period. The limbo period, which is the period I'm in now, is where you're like I said at the beginning, you're kind of stuck in the middle of your old self and your new self, and you're trying to figure out who's going to win. And to give y'all some advice, the way you make your new self win is just by attacking these new habits. Attacking getting out your comfort zone. Attacking yourself with positive affirmations. Because for me, I found myself slipping back into my old self a couple times these past months. You know what I'm saying? With the sorrow, with the, maybe I don't really care about this, with the, I could just change if I want to. When in reality, your new self is screaming at you from the future like, yo, fuck that old self. Keep on grinding, young nigga, young woman, whoever you are, keep on grinding. There's something bigger over here that you don't even see yet. The limbo period is scary. It's a battle that you must win if you want to get to the other side. And it's a battle that I'm trying my best to win right now. So, growth feels like loss. It feels like loss because, well, you're not the same person anymore, or at least you're trying not to be. You're trying to become a better version of yourself. You're trying to become a disciplined version of yourself. You're trying to become a self-respected version of yourself. You know, when it comes to discipline, that's something that every day, if you're consistent with it, you get better at it. When it comes to self-respect, if you start actually listening to your word instead of going back on it, it grows. Self-love is the same way. So yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that growth feels like loss. And to end this video, I want to say what is on the other side of the growth. You feel me? So we talked about the past. We talked about the middle, the limbo period. We talked about the future. Now, what will you learn in the future? In the future, I haven't got there yet. You know what I mean? So I wonder how my mind is going to be later on. However, I can imagine. And what I can imagine is that, yo, you're going to feel accomplished. And this is for y'all too. I'm talking to myself, but this is for y'all too. You're going to feel accomplished. You're going to feel like, man, I got out of my comfort zone. I'm going to the gym or whatever things you want to do. But for me, you're going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Your money stacked up. You know what I mean? You can make some money moves if you want to. Your mental is clear. You respect yourself highly because you know you had to fight through the mud in order to get to where you at. You're loved by your friends, your family. You're respected more because they see how hard you put in that work. They see that you didn't let your old self define this new beginning. You let your new self do the work. So for my brothers and sisters out there that's going through growth, going through change, just understand there's going to be some growing pains. And that's cool. We all go through it. You just got to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself how bad you want this. How bad you want to change. How bad you want to get to that next level. Because I don't know about y'all, but I want to get there. So, all right, man. Until next time on Leaks Legacy, I hope y'all understood this video. Y'all like this video. If you're in the limbo period, man, just keep on pushing. You in there right with me. We're going to get to the other side. We're going to get over that mountain. And when we do, we're going to be happy as hell because of how far we came. All right? I love y'all. Until next time on Leaks Legacy, I'm out.